The first round of the 2024 NFL Draft has come to an end. And I gotta say, last night was full of some amazing picks, some bad picks, and some wait and see picks. I gotta say, one of the things that really got me was how we saw 6 QBs picked in the first 12 picks of the 2024 NFL Draft. I mean, that was the fewest without even going halfway into the first round. I mean, we knew Caleb Williams was going to be drafted by the Bears. No surprise. We knew Jaden Daniels and Drake May were coming up next afterwards. But where were we going to see J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, and Michael Penix drafted? I mean, Caleb Williams, is in a I hope he's in a pretty good situation in Chicago. I mean, seems to be a better situation than where Justin Fields was in. So I guess we'll wait and see. But the fact that they went with Rome Odunze for the number 9 pick was amazing in of itself. And, Trojan's Wire, Matt Zemek was like, they have a good opportunity to get Rome Odunze from Washington. Because if they do, it can be a huge win for the Bears. And his wish came true. That was for sure. And, Daniels, he's going to be in a better situation than previous QBs in Washington. I mean, he's not going to have to worry about Dan Snyder ruining that team, that's for sure. Thank God for that. Drake May, I wish him a lot of luck because he's going to need it. He's going to need a lot of luck. And we see that J.J. McCarthy got drafted by the Vikings, which, the moment they got rid of Kirk Cousins, it basically told us, they're going to be up something. They're going to get a top-notch quarterback in the draft. We don't know who it's going to be, but he's going to be the next hero. Who knows? Maybe he could be up there with a Frank Tuckerton in, the Mount Rushmore QBs for the Minnesota Vikings. Maybe we'll wait and see. But I know this. He won some top-notch big games in Ann Arbor. And the Vikings love that. And we know that he's going to have a lot of people on his side in Minnesota. He's going to have Justin Jefferson at his disposal. And, the Vikings, they got sick and tired of coming up short constantly with Kirk Cousins. They always came up short at the postseason. They came up short, in advancing. They couldn't go to the NFC title game. They couldn't compete for a Super Bowl. They've got this feeling that they can compete for a Super Bowl with J.J. McCarthy. And who knows? I think maybe he can bring it to him. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to bring a Super Bowl to him, but he could. They got sick and tired of being the whipping boy of the NFC North. Especially with Aaron Rodgers being gone, this is a chance to take over the town. Now, whether that's the Lions or the Vikings, we don't know. But, so we'll wait and see. But with the Broncos, backstory before Bo Nix, they were sick and tired of the Russell Wilson era. If you need some evidence why, well, they put him on the bench in the last few weeks of the season. And then we saw Russell Wilson getting his house sold. Well, his mansion getting sold. And he's like, I'm out of here, man. That told us right then and there, the Russell Wilson era was coming to an end. Plus, Sean Payton wanted his own QB. I'm thinking Bo Nix can get it done for him. I hope for their sake, because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to need it. Especially against Patrick Mahomes twice a year. And the Falcons situation at QB, that's a cluster right there. And for those that watched round 1 of the 2024 NFL Draft, you saw a little bit Or, if you didn't watch it on ESPN or NFL Network, you definitely saw videos on Twitter or X, on Instagram, Threads, everything you could find. You saw the Falcons GM talking to the owner of the Falcons, Arthur Blank. Why is he talking to him exactly? What's he explaining? Could be that he's explaining why he picked Michael Penix to be the number 8 pick of the 2024 NFL Draft. And maybe this just me, but this kind of feels like it has a Jordan Love feel to it. Where the Packers were not happy with the fact that, hey, why don't you go with this guy instead of a wide receiver or a weapon for Aaron Rodgers? That was the question everybody asked. And now everybody's asking, myself included, why did the Falcons go for Michael Penix? We're not saying he's going to fail. He's not. He's going to do great. But how long does Kirk Cousins have in Atlanta? Is he going to be there in 2024? Is he going to be able to see 2025 in a different jersey? What's the question here? Because I got a feeling there's a quarterback controversy coming up in Atlanta. But another thing that was amazing in last night's edition of the 2024 NFL Draft in round 1 was the fact that we didn't see a defensive player get picked until number 15 from the Indianapolis Colts, where they got Latu from UCLA. Now, he was phenomenal in LA. And I think he can have a pretty significant impact in the AFC South. And we saw Dallas Turner getting drafted by the Vikings. So I think he can get a pretty huge impact as well. The Bengals got Mims from Georgia to be their offensive tackle. And after the injuries that we saw from Joe Burrow in his rookie season in 2020, what happened last season in 2023 where he was getting hurt to the point where he basically had to sit out the rest of the year? The Bengals definitely thought to themselves, we don't want to be like the Colts. We've been having a heck of a run with Joe Burrow. And he's getting us to the top in the AFC. We don't want to lose him in any way. We want to keep him healthy. So what are we going to do? We're getting an O-line. And that's what they're doing. They're making sure they get him all the protection he needs. Because let me tell you something, folks. He's going to need it. He's going to need it, especially in the 2024 season. And another amazing thing we saw in round 1 was the fact that we saw the Rams. The Rams having a first-round pick for the first time since 2016. I mean, last time the Rams had a first-round draft pick, we didn't even have Ted taught them, which, I would say what you will, but still though, holy Toledo. I mean, it's not like Sean McVay's allergic or anything to first-round draft picks, but they do. But he and the GM of LA love what Mr. Verse is bringing from Florida State. I think he can have a huge impact in 2024. But we saw that the Kansas City Chiefs made a trade with the Buffalo Bills. Who did they trade for? Xavier Worthy from Texas. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs getting another weapon on offense. What a surprise, right? I mean, all these people say, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes is screwed without Andy Reid. He's screwed without Travis Kelce. Let me tell you something. He's going to be fine because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to make sure he's well taken care of. They're going to make sure he's got all the weapons he needs on offense. They're going to make sure he's got all the protection. Patrick Mahomes is going to be fine. And it shows why in the 2024 NFL Draft. But we saw the 49ers drafting Ricky Pearsall from Florida. What does that mean exactly? It shows to everyone that they may be thinking about trading one of their key pieces on offense. No, they're not trading George Kittle. So it's either going to be Deebo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk. Something tells me we're going to see Brandon Ayuk get traded. That's what's going to happen. He's going to be traded. I don't know where, but it's not a matter of if, but when. But who are the Bills going to pick at 32? Well, I mean, you know what? They're going to throw a bone to the Carolina Panthers because they saw that the Carolina Panthers don't have a first-round pick. I mean, they were just like, you know what? We're going to go with this. We're going to throw them a bone, give them a little something. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, when you're a kid in school and you see like the hungry kid doesn't have much and you want to share with them. And, you know, that's what the Bills are doing. They're kind of sharing with the Panthers. So what do Panthers do with this opportunity? They get Xavier Legette from South Carolina. Now, maybe he can bring some magic for Bryce Young. I hope so, because I'm going to tell you something right now. He's going to need it. He'll need all the magic he can get. But we saw that the Titans got J.C. Latham instead of getting a star receiver or Brock Bowers from Georgia. I got some questions about that pick, but I will say I'm all wait and see mode with the Titans. Joe Alt from the Chargers, great pick. Better make sure Justin Herbert gets that protection. Marvin Harrison from the Cardinals, great pick. Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, he's just a great pick, especially for Kyler Murray. I cannot wait to see some of the deep balls that are going to happen in 2024 with these two. So we'll definitely see what happens with all these guys. But, you know, as you see the thumbnail, you'll see a question mark on Cooper DeJean, as he's one of the many star players that's left available in the 2024 draft, going into tonight of round 3 of the 2024 NFL draft. Where's Cooper DeJean going to be drafted? Are we going to see him be drafted by the Buffalo Bills? Are we going to see the Patriots get him? Are we seeing the Cardinals get him? Are we going to see the Commanders get him? The Titans? Because whoever gets him is going to be very happy in 2024. It's going to be amazing to see what happens. And there's Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jerzon Newton, Adonai Mitchell, Ladd McConkey, Keon Coleman, Jonathan Brooks. Remember, just because somebody's not a first-round draft pick does not mean they're a complete and total failure. All those people that say that clearly have not watched any sporting event in their entire life. They're just a casual viewer sitting on that couch drinking their beer and saying, you know, dreaming about what could have been. I mean, just take a look at history, you know, just look at all the draft steals in the history of the NFL, NBA, MLB, all of it. Just all of it. I'll tell you right now, whoever gets some of these guys that are left over going into tonight for round 2, round 3, and tomorrow for round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7, they're going to be happy. They're going to be extremely happy. They just don't know it yet. And some of the teams that are satisfied last night don't know it yet either. It's going to be a tremendous night tonight for round 2, round 3. And if you love this content, like, comment, subscribe on the channel so you do not miss another video whatsoever. And I'll catch you next time. Stay safe, stay warm. It's cold out.